Good morning, afternoon or evening from whenever or wherever you are watching this video from. I am Jack Adamus, back with game week 7 in the Premier League, episode 3 of my weekly football prediction. After having such a good week last week, it's going to be hard to topple that. But because I am Jack Adamus, you know I'm going to do it, guys. So let's just get into it. So we start this week with 12:30 Villa Park. We have Aston Villa at home to Brighton. Brighton do have a 100% away record this season in the Premier League. Aston Villa have a 100% home record this season in the Premier League. Both teams lost midweek in the EFL Cup. Everything is pointing towards a draw in this one. I like to go against it, and I'm going to go Aston Villa to win 2-1 at home in this one. We then go to the 3 o'clock kickoffs, which sees Bournemouth hosting Arsenal at the Vitality Stadium. Now, a couple bad things with Bournemouth. Sorry to bring it up for Bournemouth fans, but Bournemouth do have the longest winless run in the Premier League at the moment, with 10 games they haven't won in, 3 draws and 7 losses. That goes back to last season. They have only won one of their last 14 games against Arsenal, and they have conceded first in 8 out of their 11 last home fixtures. Everything's looking a bit bleak for Bournemouth. The only plus thing for them is that Arsenal aren't in the best of form. Now, I do believe this will be an Arsenal win. I am stuck between a 2-0 or a 3-0. But with Arsenal's current form, I am going to go for a 2-0 win for Arsenal. We then move on to Everton at home to Luton. Now, as much as I want Luton to get their first win of the season, I believe that Everton have picked up form at the right time with a very good victory against Brentford last time out, that was only Brentford's second loss in the last 12 months at home. They then beat Aston Villa midweek in the EFL Cup. However, on the plus side for Luton fans, Everton haven't won back-to-back games since September-October 2022. But I am going to go for an Everton 2-1 victory here. We then move on to Old Trafford, where we have Manchester United hosting Crystal Palace for the second time in a week. Now, that first one was a convincing 3-0 win for Manchester United. And with that being said, you'd think this is going to be an easy game for United. However, Crystal Palace do have a good record against United at Old Trafford. In their last 5 fixtures, it's finished 2 home wins, 2 away wins and 1 draw. Now, with that being said, I do believe this game will be repeat. I do believe Man United will win, but as far as the result goes, but not as far as the performance goes. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Manchester United win, but a hard-fought 2-0. Next up, we have Newcastle at home to Burnley. Now, Newcastle have had a very good week. First beating Sheffield United 8-0 at Bramall Lane, and then midweek knocking Man City out of the EFL Cup with a 1-0 victory, earning them a 4th round rematch of last year's final against Manchester United. Burnley did win as well midweek in the Cup. They won 4-0, so they will be going into this with a bit of confidence. But Burnley are winless this season, and I believe at full time they will still be winless, with their 5th defeat of the season in a 3-1 win for Newcastle. Also at 3 o'clock, we have West Ham against Sheffield United. Now, as I just said, Sheffield United did lose 8-0 last time round. Now, I can't see them being that bad this time round, although I can't see them be good enough to either get a win or a draw here at West Ham. West Ham's last 4 fixtures have all finished 3-1, with 3 wins and 1 loss in that time. I do believe this will also be a 2-goal gap game, but I believe West Ham will win this one 2-0. That's what I'm going to go for, a 2-0 West Ham. But I'm also predicting this to be the game where JWP, my boy James Ward-Prowse, equals David Beckham's free kick record. I believe he will score a free kick in this one in a 2-0 win, and then he will equal David Beckham's free kick Premier League record. And the last game on Saturday at 3 p.m. is Wolves at home to Man City. Now, Man City's last 3 fixtures against Wolves have all come with Man City victories by 3 or more goals. And with Wolves conceding 2 or more goals in every game this season so far, I can't see anything other than a Man City win. However, Man City are a very strong side, but losing Rodri through suspension, Rodri is probably the only player I would say at Man City that they don't have an equal or better person on the bench to come on, so they will struggle without him here. I am going to go for a City win here, but without Rodri, I'm going to go for a 3-1 City result. Lastly, on Saturday sees Spurs vs Liverpool with game of the weekend kicking off at 5:30. Now, both teams are unbeaten this season, but I believe by the end of this game, one of them won't be. Like I said before, Postecoglou is doing a very good job at Spurs. If Spurs score 2 or more goals in this game, he will be their first manager to ever do that in their first 7 games. And if he avoids defeat, he will be only the second Spurs manager to do that in his first 7 games as well. The only other manager to do that was Conte. However, Liverpool and Klopp will be very confident as they've only lost 1 of their last 18 games to Spurs, with Klopp being manager. That came with 11 wins and 6 draws and the 1 defeat, obviously. Now, with that being said, I do believe it will be the 12th win for Klopp and his men. I believe they will win in a very, very, very entertaining 3-2 victory here. So I'm going for a 3-2 Liverpool. Moving on from Saturday, we move on to Sunday, where we only have the 1 game this week, which is a bit strange because obviously we normally have 2. Now, this sees Nottingham Forest at home to Brentford. Now, this is one of those games that is so hard to predict. I would not be surprised if Forest won this. I would not be surprised if Brentford won this. I would not be surprised if it was a draw, especially with both teams' performances lately and form. You have Forest, who have only won 1 game of their last 4 games, and Brentford, who have only won 1 game all season. Now, I have looked into this because obviously I do a bit of research. So I've looked, and Brentford's next 6 fixtures sees them play Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal and Liverpool in that time. So they are going to be looking at this game definitely to pick up some points, because I don't think they're going to get much in their next 6 fixtures with playing those 4 teams. With that being said, I will go for a repeat of last season's score in this same fixture. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw here. Then to finish this round of fixtures, we have the West London derby. We have Fulham at home to Chelsea on Monday at 8 p.m. Now, this is a good game to see out game week 7, and it's an even game considering Chelsea have only won 1 game this season, and that came at home to Luton, no disrespect intended there. And Fulham have 2 wins out of 6, with 2 draws coming in their last 2 London derbies, away to Crystal Palace and away to Arsenal, and 2 defeats where they've been screwed over by VAR this season in both. I'm going to go for Fulham to have the bragging rights over their West London neighbours here, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory for Fulham at the Cottage. And my extra game of the week this week is Saturday, 5:30, RB Leipzig at home to Bayern Munich. If Leipzig did have a fully fit squad, I would have went for them to get the victory here. But as they are missing danger man Dani Olmo and captain Orban through injury, I am going to go for a Bayern Munich 2-1 win. Harry Kane has started very well in Germany, scoring 7 goals in 5 games, but I don't think he'll get on the score sheet in this one. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Bayern Munich win and Harry Kane not to score. And my bet of the weekend this weekend is a long shot bet. It's an accumulator of 6 teams, all to be winning at half time. They are Arsenal, Everton, Manchester United, Manchester City, Newcastle and West Ham. Those 6 teams all to be winning at half time, with Boyle Sports and their boost option brings back 67.15 to 1. So if you put £2 on that, that returns £136.29. Please, like I say, I'm really going to put £2 on it myself. If you want to do it, please do it by all means, but please bet responsibly. Thank you very much if you are still here at the end of my video. I really, honestly, I do appreciate the love and support I've been getting. I do just ask you guys for one thing, please. If you do like my content, please follow and then pass it on to a friend that you think may like it too. They can follow and then they can pass it on to a friend and they can follow, and we can all go on this journey together. I am also on Instagram and TikTok, so please like, follow, share and subscribe. Thank you so much. And lastly, remember, if you don't shoot, you can't score. Bye guys, thank you very much.